other than mathematics where they just tell you to like Ada bought 5,000 naira.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
this is like real money talk.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Hi.
Okay, we're just gonna go straight into it. We're having a really nice chat and we're just talking about life in general and our experiences. Oh my god, this breeze is so nice. It's like a really cool breeze that just came in. We're literally sitting right in front of our window and it's like midnight, even past midnight, and the wind is just cool and lovely, you know.
Yeah. And we just thought to like have a conversation right now.
Okay, so we were talking about money, and I was literally just saying how growing up it was a very sticky situation for me, like the relationship I had with God, money, and myself, because I grew up with a father who was so big on financial education. Yeah,
That's very true.
He taught us a lot about, you know, finances from a young age. He made us play like, you know, financial games.
Yeah, Robert
Kiyosaki,
Yeah.
Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
the author
Yeah.
of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He has this particular game called Cash Flow, and there was like a whole, you know, rat race stuff going on. You play with the dice. It's like Monopoly, but then it's a different, you know, it's a different vibe entirely. And we used to play the game like the whole family, and it just, you know, psychologically just prepared us for like, you know, the money
real world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the world where money is involved.
Yeah.
Basically. And you know, they don't really teach that in school, other than mathematics where they just tell you to like Ada bought 5,000 naira.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
this is like real money talk.
Yes, real money talk, buying houses, debt, you know, do that. That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
assets.
Assets, you know,
And
liabilities, you know, all
and
that
all
shebang.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I was so I was so into it. I really enjoyed, I really appreciated that he taught us about money at an early age, because I was so intrigued by money. I was like, oh wow, it's a very interesting concept, you know, just learning about it. And I remember business studies being my favorite subject.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow, damn.
It was my favorite subject in like primary school at that time. So I really I understood money. I was like, yeah, I understand. Don't worry, I don't have to say too much. But then over time, I started having like a hard time with the concept of money and God, because I remember there was a day we were having like a family devotion session. I don't even know what to call it, but we are just having like prayers at night, and we were reading like a devotional, and it was talking about something about money, and then, you know, there was this particular verse in the Bible that says, you know, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yes,
And
let's talk about that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
where we're heading.
Yeah, that was sticky for me. When I heard that, I was like, there is no way this is true. I was like, the love of money? Like, I fought that idea from the moment I heard it. I was like, huh? And then I immediately just remember like asking my dad, like, wait, does God want us to be poor?
Yeah, exactly. You're listening.
Like, I was like, does God want us to be poor? Like, what do you mean the love of money is evil? Like, I used to say, no, it's not the love of money, it's the lack of money. Like, don't you see that it's when people don't have money that they go, like, maybe they go rob a bank, or they steal, or they try to scam people because they don't have it. And at that time, it made so much sense to me. Like most people who rob banks are in need of the money, clearly.
Yeah. Okay.
So it didn't make sense for you to say, okay, the love of money is the root of all evil, because clearly we grew up in a, you know,
wealthy,
I don't want to say wealthy, because, you know, there are levels to wealth, but we were privileged compared to the people around us. And, you know, we were able to like take flights, like go on vacations. Like, we had the privilege of traveling and seeing the world at a very young age. Our father was present for us, you know, in terms of finances, and even just with what he could do at that time. So it felt like we were rich. I don't like to say that, but but we were.
Rich is fair.
Yeah, so we were okay. We were basically okay, and but then, like, I look around and I see people, not as privileged as we were at that time, and I just, like, it didn't make sense how us having money was leading to evil, because it was like we had money, and because we care about money, obviously we talk about money, we like, I started a business at a young age. Like, I used to, like, because I was really good at drawing, I used to draw for people and then sell it, or like, do like tiny work here and there for my dad. Like, maybe I'll just like clean the garden and then get some money, or like he used to tell us to pick like gray, like strands of gray hair out of his head. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And he'd tell us to pick like strands of gray hair on his head to, like, and he would pay us for each strand we pick, and it used to be so hard to pluck it, because obviously we're Africans and he has curly hair and the hair is short, and you're trying to pluck it out and it's like, it's not coming out. So, like, just all the scenario was just like part of like the aspect of money in our lives, and saying not loving it was so weird. But then fast forward, I'm in my 20-something year of life, and I am, well, years of life, and I could say my mind is renewed. Yes, I have. Yes, my like perspective, the understanding of what that verse meant has gone like deeper, because now I have like a stronger relationship with God, and I finally understand that idea of money actually being God's plan for his children. He wants us to be successful. He says, I want you to be of good health and
so what does
prosperous.
It truly mean? The love of money is root of all evil.
Okay, what do you think? First of all, what do you think it is? What do you think it means? Like, I just want to hear your own perception before I just dive into
my perspective. Okay, personally, I feel like the love of money is like, for you to desire something is like is different from being in possession of it. Like, having money is different from loving it. Like, do you get what I mean? So it means like it's like it's quite clear. Like, it explains itself. Like, desiring money is the root of all evil.
Exactly. I think now that I'm older, I finally understand it as a deep desire. So more like lust, not love. That's how I see it. Like, when you say love, but then you mean like in deep desire, which is the original meaning of love, but obviously we've corrupted the meaning of love these days. So love could be very superficial too, but then
love is deep.
The true nature, the true intention of love is for it to be deep. And when you say the love of money, it's like the deep desire,
the deep desire,
of exactly. money. And then you start to understand, okay, the deep desire of money. So, okay, how does that still make it evil? It makes it evil in the sense where you're willing to give up so much things, because the way God describes, the way Jesus described love, is sacrificial. The whole intention of love is sacrificial, willing. Like, there was a part in the Bible where he was talking to his disciples about love, and he said, what greater love is there for one to give up one's life for a friend? So, and it was just a very like interesting quote. Like, what greater love is there for one to give up their own life for a friend, their own lives for a friend, so that's like sacrificial love. And then if you understand in that concept, you would finally understand how the statement, the love of money, because love in the innate meaning is sacrificial. So what are you willing to sacrifice when you love money? And that's where the question starts. Are you willing to sacrifice your morals? Are you willing to sacrifice your health? Are you willing to sacrifice your dreams? Are you willing to sacrifice, your religion? Are you willing to sacrifice your purity? Are you willing to sacrifice so many things? And when that question comes into play, that is when the evil comes out of it. That's when you start seeing that, okay, 1 + 1 is 2. Mm-hmm. You start seeing where this whole idea of evil comes out. And I finally understood that, what I understood at that time when I was younger, when it was a lack, wasn't the entire truth. There was somewhat some truth in it, mm-hmm. but it wasn't the entire truth, Yeah, so it was just a very interesting moment for me. And it's like this awakening has opened my mind to so much realities, especially God's intention for his children and money. He wants us to be wealthy. He wants us to have the best of everything. Yes, and he doesn't want us to settle.
Contradict himself.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a good, for goodness sake, heaven is made out of the floor, the roads, the streets in heaven is made out of gold.
We lack nothing.
Exactly. Are you not going to go to heaven?
We shall not want. It's written.
Fair, exactly. Fair enough. It's literally that is his design. He literally created heaven to be in all glory, to have all glory. And then who are you to now think that God will not want you to be? You think that, we need to suffer for God to love us.
Exactly.
You need to first of all kill that religious mindset, renew your mind, and allow God to transform your reality.
So guys,
like you did for me and my beautiful sister,
we've come to the end of this episode. Yes. I hope you guys loved it.
Yes, we just had a midnight chat, just about talking before we go to bed. We're gonna hop into bed right now. Just
because it's been a long day.
We're listening to music, so we're gonna jump on that right now. And
it was a beautiful Sunday.
Yeah, it's a Sunday by the way. It's a lovely Sunday past midnight, and we're just talking by the moonlight.
Yeah. I hope you guys loved the conversation we had. I hope you guys learned something, or any of your confusions about that verse in the Bible. Mm-hmm. Has been clarified. I hope you guys have clarity now.
I did. Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely had a lot of clarity.
That's nice. So guys, we'll see next time. Hope you guys like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's Belle
and Oyin.
All right.
See you until next time.
Bye.
Bye.